Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be continuing What If Itachi Took Both Naruto and Sasuke. So last time I skipped all the way to Shippuden because I didn't want to have to go through all the filler parts. And if I did skip over some parts that were relevant to the story, it really wouldn't matter because Sasuke and Naruto aren't in a village, and the main parts that affected the village as a whole has already been passed, I think. So we're gonna start this off with Naruto and Sasuke are training, and Sasuke used his Susanoo, and Naruto said that's not really fair because he doesn't have anything like that. All he has is the 4-tail to 5-tail cloak. And Sasuke is basically like, oh, tough titty, dude. It's not my fault. So, Naruto was like, I gotta find a way to master the tail beast. And he asked Kurama, could he, just let him have his chakra? And Kurama was basically like, nah, bro, you too emotional. I don't want you to get my chakra and get mad and damn that destroy half of everything. And the reason why Kurama's saying this is because he fucks with Naruto. Because Naruto took the time to actually talk to the tail beast and find out what was wrong. And find out why he didn't like people as a whole. So Naruto talks to Kurama a lot in this one, and Kurama was just straightforward with him, nah, bro, you too emotional right now. Somebody do some fucked up shit, you damn near destroy half the planet just because, So it's bro, you can destroy the whole half of the Hidden Leaf Village. You damn near destroy half the Hidden Leaf Village when Sasuke got bit by Orochimaru. And Naruto grits his teeth and they start arguing. Halfway through the argument, Naruto gives up because he realized the Nine Tails is right. He's way too fucking emotional to have full control over the Nine Tails. And basically, so here's what happened. After Sasuke and Naruto fought, Naruto went to his little Akatsuki room or whatever, and he basically was meditating, trying to talking to Kurama. And Naruto it was maybe 2 hours that passed, but for everybody else it was 3 or 4 days. This nigga was just sitting there talking to Kurama. And yeah. So they was arguing and Naruto just gave up, and then Kurama was like, oh, see? And that's another reason why. And Naruto what do you mean? Then Kurama was like, oh, bro, you give up way too quick. I can't be giving you my chakra if you just gonna give up if you can't get your way. Boy, you gotta keep fighting. Boy, you're the host of the Nine-Tailed Fox. You have to keep fighting, my guy. That's basically what Kurama's telling him. And Naruto was bro, you don't even fucking care about us. If I die, you just gonna just your chakra's gonna disappear and reform somewhere else. You really don't care. And Kurama was bro, it's not even the fact that I don't care. It's just the fact that you give up way too fucking easy. And Naruto, this is hitting Naruto hard because he realized, Naruto gave up on a lot of shit. He gave up on the Hidden Leaf Village. He gave up trying to fight. He gave up after, he got to see his parents for them 2 weeks. After that, he gave up on a lot of shit. So Naruto was all right, so I'm gonna make a deal with you. And Kurama was I'm listening. Kurama was I'm listening. And he was if I can, if you give me your chakra, and I never, the day, when you give me your chakra, the day I give up is the day you can take it away from me. And Kurama was all right, bet. So Naruto's done meditating, and he walks up to Sasuke, and he's bro, wanna train again? And Sasuke's asking, bro, it's been 4 fucking days. What were you doing? We thought you were dead. Pain was gonna make you a grave. So Sasuke was like, "You're not hungry?" And Naruto's like, "What do you mean? It's been like 4 hours for me." And Sasuke's like, "So nigga, it's been 4 days." And Tenten was like, "Bro, you've been asleep. Like, you've been meditating for 4 days straight, and you're telling me you're not hungry?" And Naruto was like, "Bro, it's been like 4 hours to me. Where did you get 4 days from?" And like, before this can, like, this argument can continue, Pain just walks in the room. Pain and Itachi walks into the room because Itachi's Pain's right hand man now. So like, when Pain walks into the room, he tells him like, "Yo, we gotta go to the Sand Village." And Naruto and Sasuke look at Itachi, and Itachi basically just like nods his head, and like they go, and like Naruto basically tells Tenten and Hinata to come with them, and they just like go ahead. But little did they know, like the other Team 7 and like Mike Guy's team and Shikamaru's team, like all of them are headed there too. But they don't know that because they're not in the Leaf Village. The Hokage knows that they're heading there, and the Hokage also knows that Naruto, Sasuke, and Hinata and them are going there. And Neji's also headed toward the Hidden Sand Village too, because like, yeah, he's a part of Guy's team. So they all get there. Like, they get there like, I'm gonna say an hour or two before the Hidden Leaf Shinobi get there. And they basically got everything under control. Naruto's fighting Shukaku in the five-tail state instead of the QB cloak because he doesn't want to use it right now because he doesn't know how to control it, which is why he wanted to train with it. Which is why he wanted to fight against Sasuke instead of like, what's the name, man? So Naruto beats Shukaku into submission, and Naruto tells like Gaara, like, "Bro, you can just join the Akatsuki and we can teach you, like, I can teach you how to control your tail beast." And Gaara thought about it, and he was like, "Well, who I'm going to leave in charge of this village?" And I don't know the puppet guy's name, but I'm going to say he volunteers. And he's been like, "Bro, I've been getting like crazy strong ever since like we ran into them during the tuning exams. Like, we can win. Like, if someone attacks the village, I can defend it." So like, basically Gaara puts on the Akatsuki robe, because we're gonna say Naruto and Sasuke just keep one on them just in case. And since the village was getting, the Hidden Sand Village was getting attacked by the Sound Four, and we're gonna say Karin was a part of the Sound Four at this point. And when they are running away, Karin got caught. But Karin got caught. She didn't get caught by like the Hidden Leaf villages. She got caught, the Hidden Leaf Shinobi. She got caught by Itachi. And what happened was Naruto was like, "Oh, so you're a Uzumaki too?" That's basically like, he body flickered over there to Itachi, and was like, "Oh, so you're Uzumaki too?" And she's like, "Yeah, what of it?" And Naruto was basically like, "So what are you doing with Orochimaru?" And she was like, "Oh, Orochimaru saved me from woo this, woo that." And they see the curse mark on her neck, and Naruto's like, "You know what that curse mark does, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, it gives me power." Naruto's like, "No, that curse mark, because we're gonna, like, yeah, Itachi and Konoha did a whole lot of research on like Orochimaru's curse marks to get it removed off Sasuke." So what happened was, like, they basically told her what the curse mark was and what it did, and she was shocked. Like, he would do that, like he would kill us to resurrect himself. And Naruto was like, "Yeah," and Sasuke was like, "You could just join us so we could remove the curse mark, and then like you won't have to worry about people biting you, because that's basically what the Sound Four was using her for and stuff like that." And she was like, "Fuck it, I might as well." So Sasuke gave her the robe that he had, and Naruto gave Gaara the robe that he had. They basically was just walking around with extra fucking robes, because they're trying to make like a huge fucking clique of basically they're trying to make the Akatsuki like a overpowered military force. That way, if any villages get into it, they can just immediately just fucking lay waste to the battlefield on both sides. That way, it's not picking sides, and that way they can just cease the fighting altogether. So, like, they're about to leave, and then like the hidden leaf shinobi appear, and lo and behold, Sakura's in front. So it's Sakura, Neji, like all of them are in front, and then like the instructors are on the back. And Kakashi immediately notices Itachi, Sasuke, Gaara, there's an Uzumaki, Tenten, Hinata, and Tenten's like got metal wings and shit, and so does this one girl. So like Neji was like told Hinata like this is enough, like you made your point, just come back to the village, there's no point in you hanging around a demon. And Naruto was like, bro, what? Like, what did you just call me? And Neji's humble, but he's not humble toward Naruto because he was he didn't like the way he just got his ass handed to him, and then the Hinata's dad got his ass handed to him, and Hinata's dad has been hyping up Neji ever since Hinata left the village with Naruto. So Pain basically steps forward and he's like, bro, we finna go. If you get in our way, there will be consequences. And Neji challenges Naruto because he was he was basically like, you're not gonna get the upper advantage on me now and shit like that, because he quote unquote knows all of Naruto's techniques. And Naruto basically uses the seal that he placed on Sakura's head, because Sakura was behind Neji. So what he did, he used the seal and he just chops Neji in the neck and makes him pass out. And then Sakura was shook, because she didn't know what the fuck just happened. She was like, wait a minute, wasn't he over there? Fuck you get from over there to here. And then she remembers he placed a seal on her head. But it's hard to remove because no one can see it, and it's very hard to detect. And Guy basically was like, we should step in now. Basically all the leaders of the squad was like, we should step in now. And Shikamaru was like, this is such a drag. And the leader of Shikamaru's team told them basically gave them a strategy. And Ino tried to do the mind transfer jutsu with Naruto to see if she can get him. But when she did it, it was successful. What she didn't know was Naruto had a big ass 9 fox in him. What she knew, but she didn't know that they was homies. She didn't know that they fucked with each other. So when she did it, she basically got overloaded by the Nine Tails chakra and just fucking fell. She just passed out. And Naruto was like, see? Now what do we learn? What do we learn? And Kakashi was like, this is bad. And Itachi was like y'all, all y'all can do, y'all just let us go. And there'll be no problems. All you gotta do is let us go, bro. We'll have no hard feelings. There will be nothing in between us. All you gotta do is let us go. And Sakura was like, Naruto, I have some questions for you. And Naruto kind of gestures off to the side and side jumps over there. And she does the same thing. So she basically was asking Naruto what was the whole purpose of putting this curse mark on her head, and not curse mark, putting this seal on her head, and then telling her though when I need you the most you're going to appear. And Naruto was like, oh, because since you're not that strong, I assume that you're going to need my help all the time. And she's like, I have I was trained by Jiraiya and Tsunade. And Naruto's like, congratulations. I have I hope I have a giant fucking 9-tailed beast in me that has more chakra than both of them combined. And I have Sage Mode. And she kind of gets she just realized how much Naruto just dwarfed her in power. And she's like, at least I'm caught up to Sasuke. And Naruto just literally just starts fucking laughing. And she's like, what do you mean? Like, why? She's like, why are you laughing? And she's like, dude, Sasuke has the whole Mangekyo and the internal Mangekyo Sharingan, the perfect Susanoo, and he has fucking lightning release. What are you gonna do to him? Like, he can smack you with his Susanoo and send your ass fucking flying. You can use that enhanced strength and that little fire release that Jiraiya taught you, but at the end of the day, you're not getting past Sasuke's Susanoo. And you for damn sure not beat me. And she's taking this shit to the head. Like, she's realizing how obsolete she is compared to them too. And Naruto was like, bro, it's not even funny how much, like, you just pissed me off telling me that you were ahead of me. Or you caught up to me. Like, that's so fucking stupid. You're completely out of your league when it comes to me and Sasuke. And she was like, I can prove it. And Naruto like lifts up an eyebrow and he's like, you can prove it, huh? And she was like, yeah. I was like, Naruto was like, okay, bet. So if you can prove it, I want you to fight Hinata. And she's like, but that's not one of y'all. And Naruto's like, oh, I know, but Hinata's damn near right next. Hinata and Tenten is like almost, if not right on our level or near our level, they're damn near like next to us. Like, they can kind of match us in power depending on what stage we use of anything. And she's like, okay. And then Naruto calls Hinata, and Hinata appears using the seal that Naruto has on him. Cause like it's a universal seal basically. So like Naruto can appear on people, people can appear on Naruto. But Sakura doesn't know how to work the seal, so she doesn't know. And Naruto tells Hinata, fight Sakura. And she basically gets in her stance, and then Tenten comes over there and she's like, so what's going on over here? And Naruto's like, could you place like a barrier around the around these two so they don't nobody else jump in the way? And she was like, sure. And she places a barrier, and Naruto was like, y'all can start whenever y'all feel like it. And Hinata goes rushing forward, and what Hinata does is she does like that rotation, the palm rotation, and then she does like this weird wind release, like she does a wind release bullet. And basically what it is, like, she used her palm and she moved her palm hard enough to where the wind would pressurize and move at like supersonic speeds, and it hit Sakura. And Sakura, you have to use, like, it hit Sakura and damn near broke some of Sakura's ribs. So Sakura had to use the 100 healings jutsu thing. And Naruto raises an eyebrow to this, and Naruto he basically told Hinata to, like, there's no reason for you to hold back because she's using a jutsu that can make herself heal. And when Hinata hears this, she's like, alright, bet. And she just starts going fucking crazy. Like, she used the twin lion fist that she what's the name? But that technique, but she mastered that technique, and she mastered that technique when it came, like, fuck, I can't even say it. She mastered that technique over the time skip that I did. So like, she's mad fucking overpowered now, basically. And we're gonna say, like, Lee notices, like, that they're fighting in there, and he tries to get in, but the thing that Tenten made isn't budging. And Lee basically asks Tenten, like, why are you helping Naruto? He betrayed the village, and, like, now you're gonna betray the village too? And she basically tells Lee, like, you don't know what you're talking about. He didn't betray anything, but I don't have to explain anything to you if he didn't explain it to you. So with that being said, with that being said, you can like just go somewhere. And he doesn't listen. Like, he basically tries to get back in, and Itachi appears and put him underneath a genjutsu, and just basically he falls to his knees. And what the genjutsu is like basically showing him like what he could accomplish if he was with them, and what he's not going to accomplish because he's not with them. Basically making him question his loyalty to the village. And when Lee gets taken out of the when Lee gets taken out of the genjutsu, he just kind of just goes back. He basically just goes back over there. He kind of like, he goes back over there and he's just like, I don't even care anymore. And Guy kind of like looks, so like he noticed, like he's like, Lee, what's wrong with you? And he was like, we have to train a lot. Like a lot when we get back to the village. And Naruto like stops and looks in there, and Hinata's like, she's out of breath, but Sakura can't use them. Like the 100 healings jutsu kind of like took a lot of her energy, so she's not like both. It's basically finna be a tie, but Hinata wasn't really using all of her strength. She was just using a twin lion fist. And like then she breaks on like these. I'm gonna give her a new move. Alright. I'm gonna like basically she gives her a move to where like I'm gonna give her a move. It's called the Twin Dragon Lightning Fist. And that's her new ultimate. The Twin Lion Fist isn't. So it's basically like it's basically like the Twin Lion Fist. The only difference is that she can throw the Dragon Fist. So she uses them and she throws them at Sakura. And Naruto jumps in the way because he knows that if that hits her, she's going to end up dying. So he basically tells her like, Hinata, that's not even funny. And Hinata kind of scoffs and like, well, you did tell me to go all out. So I would have assumed that you knew what you were. I would have assumed that you knew what you was getting yourself into. And Naruto was like, even if that was the case, you used that move? That move damn near put Sasuke on his back. He had to use his Susanoo. And she was like, and? I don't care. Like, she basically is like, I don't know. I don't care. I really don't. You think I do and I don't. And Naruto like, bro, what am I finna do with you, bro? Like, for real? You doing too much. And Naruto basically like tells Sakura like, that could have killed you. Like, you have no chance of beating Sasuke or me if you can't beat Hinata. And Hinata's like, what's that supposed to mean? And Naruto kind of like scratches his head and was like, oh, that just means like, we're a little bit stronger than you. And Hinata's like, when we get back to the compound, bro, you running this fade. And like the metal barrier goes down because Naruto told Tenten to take it down. And everybody sees Sakura on her back. And Naruto kind of like walks away. And so does Hinata. And Naruto's like, oh wait, I almost forgot something. And he goes back and he kind of like just heals her just enough to where she can get up and walk. And now Guy he's basically like, oh fuck, like Guy's basically ready to like just jump in and start fighting. So like he opens the inner gate, like the first inner gate, the gate of whatever, I forgot what the fuck it's called. Shit, the gate of ceilings, I think that's what it's called, or the gate of limits. And he just immediately is fucking dwarfed by Nagato or Pain. Like, he just almighty push and push that nigga like fucking 2 miles back that way. And Naruto's like, bro, you know that really wasn't that necessary. And Lee kind of like snaps out of the thing that he was in, and he realizes what happened, so he unlocks, like, I'm gonna say the second inner gate. And Naruto was like, oh, this should be interesting. I guess I can demonstrate my new power. And he goes into like the QB cloak or the KCM cloak, and just fucking dwarfs him. Like, just stop. And Naruto kind of like tells him, like, bro, you can't, like, y'all are not beating us at this point in time. There's literally no one. The only person that could probably stand a candle to us is fuck, what the fuck is his name again? It's Kakashi. So Naruto, like, Sasuke's like, what do you mean? Like, he's like, oh, you can't sense that? Naruto, Kakashi has a Sharingan. And Itachi and Sasuke was like, wait, you got a Sharingan? And Kakashi was like, how did he know that? And Naruto basically was like, oh, well, see, I can kind of sense that. So yeah, it's not that hard. And at this point in time, like, they just kind of like, fuck, bro. Like, how are we finna do this? Like, we can't do really anything to them right now. Because, like, the moment that they feel threatened, they can literally just fucking dwarf all of us if they wanted to. Like, they can kill, like, each and every one of us if they wanted to. But they're not. And that raises suspicion. So, Kakashi basically orders everybody to retreat. And everybody does. But now, everybody want to know, like, what the fuck was Naruto using? Why the fuck was he able to use it? And, like, how the fuck is no one knowing of this? Like, they just want answers at this point. So they go to the third Hokage, and the Hokage was like, so he finally did it. And Kakashi was like, wait, so you knew about this? And fuck. The Hokage was like, yeah. And he was like, how did you know? And the third Hokage was like, because they tell me damn near everything. He was like, what do you mean? And they kind of like elaborate on the situation of, you know, it, like, the third Hokage tells Kakashi, like, they're working on what they think true peace could be like. And how they're going to do that is gather up all the tailed beasts. So then Kakashi likes them, so basically what the Akatsuki were meant to do to begin with. And he was like, well, we don't know exactly what they're going to do, but they have the One Tails now. And Kakashi remembers, like, there was Gaara and then that one redheaded girl. So he was like, so what are we going to do about it? And Kakashi was like, no, the third Hokage was like, so what are you going to do about it? And Kakashi was like, bro, we got to train, like, do something, because right now, nobody in the Leaf Village besides me, Guy, and possibly Jiraiya and Tsunade will be able to do anything to them. And the third Hokage was like, oh, well, Tsunade won't be fighting because she's going to become the fifth Hokage. And Kakashi's taken aback by this. He's like, whoa, wait, the fifth Hokage? Swear to God. and Tsunade walks into the room like, yeah, is there a problem with that? And fuck. I can't say it. It's so many fucking names in this damn anime. So, Kakashi was like, nah. I just was surprised because I didn't think you would be one to, want to become a Hokage. And she lets him, yeah, I thought about it. I think I will. And, like, so, fuck, bro. Kakashi was like, well, I'm finna hold, like, a training tournament thing, like, just a big-ass training camp for all, like, the Jonin and Genin and stuff like that. So, like, they can get their strength up. Because Naruto is no one to be trifled with right now. And neither is Sasuke. Or anybody that they took, for that matter. And now we're going to go over to Sasuke's point of view. Like, Naruto and Sasuke's point of view. It's like, they back in the thing. And Hinata's like, I'm dead serious. You finna run this fade, Naruto. And they go to, like, the little training ground thing that they got underground. And, like, they start fighting. And Naruto, like, she uses the twin dragon fist, and Naruto just fucking, like, you know what? And be like that, though. And he turned in, and, like, he used the KCM mode and just fucking threw her shit. He like, yep, I'm gonna toss your ass. I'm gonna toss you. You wanna talk shit, I'm gonna toss you. Like, and he taught, like, he basically just tossed her shit. He did what he told her what he was going to do. He tossed her shit. So now she gotta wear it. Now she's a little upset because she just got her shit tossed. And now she's like, bro, like, why? How is he this strong? And Naruto was like, you didn't have to fight me. You could have just left well enough alone. And she basically was like, no. You was talking shit. So he was like, but I wasn't wrong. Was I? And she's even more mad. She's like, that's only because you have the 9 tails. And he's like, I also have sage mode if you want to fight me, like, and I can use that. And she's like, all right, bet. And they start fighting again, and she's basically going all out at this point. And like, Naruto in sage mode makes her Rasengan, and she does the twin dragon fist, and Pain just kind of like stops them both. And was like, if y'all would have used them 2 moves in here, y'all would have like caved. Y'all would have killed each other because there's no roof. Like, I mean, there's a roof over y'all and like 10 tons of dirt sitting on top, and that would have crushed both of you. And we didn't want that, so y'all can't fight in here no more. Like, he basically just suspended them from fighting in there. And Naruto's like, well, tragic. So Orochimaru was like spying on them, and he didn't get caught because he was using like a tiny little snake. And he kind of tells Karin like, you're doing good by spying on them. And Karin basically tells like, yeah. And he's like, I expect a good report when you get back. And she asks him about that. I know what your curse marks do. And Orochimaru's like, really? You do? And she basically tells him, and Itachi kind of like, at this, like, the minute that Orochimaru tries to like do something to the curse mark to kill her, Itachi removes the curse mark and then like kills the snake, and this pisses Orochimaru off. So he basically puts the sound forth through some rigorous ass training. So now like everybody's training. The only people that aren't training is the Akatsuki. Well, they're training. They're just not training a lot. And Nagato kind of gets this idea to see if he could take one of the Rinnegan out the Sage's like out of the paths of pain. We'll take his Rinnegan out of his eye and like then jump into the King of Hell and see what happens. So he does that, and since Karin's like a healing type, I'm gonna give Karin some type of like healing. That way she doesn't get bit all the fucking time. I'm sorry, I really didn't like the way that they made that apart. Like the fuck? Why y'all like I understand this is an anime, but I don't know. No. Anyway, so yeah. Shit. So this is where I'll be ending this part off. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, drop a like. If you enjoy my contents, please subscribe, you know. Yeah. Peace.